Hello.
Wherever you may be, Manuel, my friend, how are you doing?
Good, good. I wasn't there on Friday. Sorry.
It's okay, I forgive you. I know you must have had something very important to do, huh?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Richard, Alexander, how are you guys feeling? Are you guys all good? Mr. Celestine, Don. Yvonne, all of my usuals are popping on. This is wonderful. Karen Horn, how are you doing? Are you well, Karen? Guys, I feel as though I've already spoken for 5 hours and I haven't even started the day yet. I'm just gonna take a sip of water, guys. So please excuse me. How is everyone feeling? Can I please get a thumbs up if you're all feeling good? Can I get some yeses in the chat box if you're feeling good? Because today's Motivational Monday as far as I'm concerned, and my energy's high, I'm feeling incredible, and I'm gonna deliver that to you guys. How about that? Today, guys, I am gonna discuss with you, I'm gonna give 30 seconds for those who like to be lastminute.com. You know, those who like to just stroll in at the very last minute. I'm gonna give those guys 30 seconds. So before I move on, I'm gonna ask the critical question. Please give me a thumbs up. Please give me some yeses in the chat box if you've worked on your mind this morning. If you've done the necessary work to make sure your mind is in the right space to start your day, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a yes in the chat box. And I refuse to start unless I see those thumbs and those yeses. Beautiful. This is what I love, people. This is absolute. Oh, Karen, you know what? You're such a charmer. You told me you listened to me. You know what? You couldn't have said a better phrase. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm going to deliver for you today because I'm feeling like it's my duty to make sure you guys get exactly what you need. Mr. Brennan, how are you doing, sir? I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. Guys, I'm going to start now, and I'm going to start today to talk about your unconscious mind. Those of you who have been around for a while, I've touched on this previously. I touch on it regularly, but the subject matter I'm going to talk about today, I know I've touched on before. And I'm going to speak about the power of the unconscious mind and what the unconscious mind understands and how we have to operate with the unconscious mind. So first and foremost, there are two sections to our mind. You've got your conscious mind, you have your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is responsible for 95% of your mind. It is the critical component that is responsible for all of your bodily functions, your organs. It's responsible for your liver, your kidney, your pancreas. It makes your heart beat consistently throughout the day. It pumps the blood around your body. And you know, we have approximately 125 kilometers of veins, of arteries. That's over 80 miles throughout our body. And our unconscious mind controls the way your heart pumps blood around every part of your organs to ensure that you stay alive. And it does this without skipping a beat. So give me a thumbs up if you understand that just by doing that, your unconscious mind is incredibly powerful. Okay, so if it's that powerful, do you think it can change your life? Do you think it can direct you to exactly where you want to go? But that's only if you have an understanding of how to work with it. Now, all too often, we get caught up in the circumstances of life. And I need you to understand that, yes, bills come and we have responsibilities and there are things we need to take care of. But what happens then is when we get caught up in the daily components of life, people start worrying. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an understanding about both worry and stress. And it's going to sound as though I'm making a throwaway comment, but when I give you the background to it, you're going to understand why I'm making the comment I am. Worry and stress are both completely useless emotions. I want you to understand that. They are both completely and utterly useless emotions. Now that's a pretty big statement, right? A pretty big statement. But I'm going to help you to understand why. If you are worried about something and you have the power to change it, you're absolutely right, Karen, there are stoppers. If you are worried about something and you have the power to change it, that means you don't have to worry about it. Am I correct? Because if you can change it, why do you need to worry? And on the flip side of that coin, if you're worried about something that you have absolutely no control over, you can't change that outcome because it's beyond your control, why do you worry about it? Just think about the logic behind that. If you can change it, there's no need to worry. And if you can't change it because it's beyond your control, once again, there's no need to worry. Therefore, worry is a useless emotion. All it does is make your vibration lower. It makes you stress, and I'm going to get onto stress in just a moment. And it makes you feel bad. And when you feel negative about a situation, when you are in a position where you don't feel good, understand this. Having that negative feeling does one thing and one thing only. It brings down your vibration and it puts you in a situation where you are now negatively attracting. Because the law of attraction focuses on how you feel. It doesn't focus on your thoughts. We have too many thoughts to be able to manifest based on your thoughts. The law of attraction and your unconscious mind, they work on how you feel. So if you worry about a situation that doesn't make you feel good, clearly you cannot positively attract to yourself. You have to ensure you're feeling good. Now, I mentioned I was going to get to you about stress. Understand this when I talk to you about stress. Stress is a component, in my personal opinion, that is responsible for every single illness out there. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Stress, the way it operates and acts on your body, it will attack the weakest link. Stress causes weakness in your body. Stress causes your body not to function optimally. And if it's not functioning correctly, that's how disease comes about. Because let's break down disease. Dis-ease, a body that is at dis-ease. It's unsettled. It's not in a good situation. That's what disease means. And diseases come about through stress. So that's the negative. That's the horrible stuff out of the way. Let's focus on the stuff that I really want to focus on today. Your unconscious mind, it only understands the subject matter. It does not understand no. It does not understand. Okay, let's think about people who are lifelong smokers. And they say, I want to stop smoking. You know what? I'm going to try my hardest to stop smoking. I'm going to do everything I can to stop smoking. I know smoking is not good for me. I know it's bad for my health. Smoking is something I've got to cut out of my life. So I'm going to stop smoking. Your unconscious mind keeps hearing smoking, keeps hearing smoking. It's not going to assist you in stopping that. Exactly that, Karen. I was just about to say, if I play the game and I ask you guys who not to think about a pink elephant, what happens immediately is you get an image of a pink elephant in your mind. That happens automatically. So it's the same thing about smoking. If I tell you to stop smoking, or if you tell yourself to stop smoking, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to keep thinking about stop smoking. If you want to get yourself in a position where smoking is something you no longer do, you have to think about a healthy life. You have to think about healthy living. So, in effect, you think about the opposite of what you don't want to do. So, give me a thumbs up if there are some people here that aren't in the best financial position, if you've got some debts. Give me a thumbs up if you've got some debts. Give me some yeses in the chat box if you've got some debts, and these are things you want to get rid of. So if you focus on, you know what, I am tired of living this life. I'm tired of being in debt. I'm going to get myself out of debt. Debt is somewhere that I don't want to be. I'm going to get out of debt. What is the focal point in your mind? The focal point in your mind is debt. You cannot think about getting out of debt. You have to think about being abundant. Now, I'm not saying ignore your debts. Maybe create a debt repayment plan so that the debts are automatically taken over. They're automatically taken care of. Even if it means just a small monthly payment, that's all you can afford, that's what you have to do. The reason you do that is that that is no longer taking up space in your mind. You know that that is now being taken care of? Absolutely, Phil. You know that that is now being taken care of. So what you do instead is you focus on abundance. You focus on prosperity. You focus on what you want. I'm going to give you a little acronym for the word focus. So those of you that have got a pen and paper, write down the word focus, but write it down the page. And I'm going to give you a meaning for each letter. How you really break down focus. And it's quite simple. I like acronyms. Those of you who know me know that well. Focus for me simply means follow, on, course, until successful. That's what focus means. Follow on course until successful. Don't deviate. Think and focus on exactly what you want. Because all too often in this life, people really get caught up worrying and stressing about the things they don't want. And another thing people do, and a lot of it happens unconsciously because it is such habitual behavior. Give me a thumbs up for those people that know someone who consistently moans. All they do is moan. Give me a thumbs up if someone's got one of those people in their life. All they do is moan. If you tell them it's a beautiful day outside, they're going to tell you that it might rain soon. If you tell them, you know what, I had the most wonderful weekend, they're going to tell you about the one thing that went wrong in their weekend. If you tell them, you know what, I can feel that today's going to be a beautiful day. Oh, I didn't sleep well. They're going to find something to moan about consistently. And those people that moan about things consistently, let me ask you something. Do they live a happy life? No, of course they don't. Because negativity and being miserable is the one thing that is on their mind consistently. So your unconscious mind, well, it's self-serving. It will give you what you focus on primarily. So it just gives them more things to be miserable about. It's easier said than done, especially when the position you're in isn't the position you want to be in. Focus on what you want. Only focus on what you want. Create that vision in your mind of the outcome of what you want. Visualization is so incredibly powerful. Those of you that have watched my mindset training, I gave you the breakdown of a study that was conducted in Australia, where the basketball players, there were 3 different groups of basketball players. One group practiced shooting hoops every day. The other group did no practice. And the third group practiced on day 1 and day 20, but only visualized. And their improvement was pretty much the same as the group that practiced every day, because that's how powerful visualization is. If you focus on the outcome you are looking to achieve, visualization will help you get there. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a case of I'm going to sit back here and visualize and everything's going to fall in my lap. No, that's absolutely ridiculous. You visualize your outcome and then you take inspired action. You have to take action each and every single day in the direction of your goal. This is what I tell you all. Today, ensure that you take at least one step, no matter how big or small, in the direction of your goal. You have to do that each and every day. It's beautiful coming to my calls, and I appreciate your time because you don't have to be here. You've made a choice. Some of you have got up very early to be here, and I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that. But being here on these calls and getting inspired. And the reason why I use the word getting inspired is because some of you have told me that my calls inspire you, my calls motivate you, my calls are the fuel that you need at the beginning of the day. And that's wonderful to hear. And if it helps you through the day, I'm grateful, I feel blessed for that. But if you then do not take the necessary and required steps to move in the direction of your goal, was this a useful half an hour or was it not? Was this just a half an hour that pumped you up and made you feel great? And then you sat back and got into your normal routine of life? We have to make a difference. And the biggest way to make a difference is not wholly and solely through your actions. The biggest way to make a difference is by understanding how your mind works. Guys, do you know that a lot of us are still working on old, habitual patterns that don't serve us? Your belief system as an adult is created between the ages of 0 and 9. You are in a brainwave called theta. You are almost hypnotic during those ages. So you take on board everything from your external environment. You take on board behavior of your parents, behaviors and attitudes of your teachers, behavior and attitudes of those who are influential in your life during those years. So let's think about this. If your parents, for example, have negative spending habits, or if they have negative beliefs around money, for example, money doesn't grow on trees. Who do you think I am, Rockefeller? I hear these phrases all the time. So if your parents have these beliefs around money and you've taken them on board, do you think it's no doubt, do you think it's a great surprise that you are in a similar position and you have similar behavior with regards to money that they did? Of course it's no surprise. And the reason why it's no surprise is because it's your belief system that is operating at an unconscious level. You have the power to change this, and it's quite simple. You have to create new empowering beliefs. You create new empowering beliefs that will serve you. Very, very simple. And it's easy to create a new habit because a habit is simply an action that is now done on autopilot. A habit is something that your body knows how to do better than your mind. You no longer have to think about it. I'm going to go back to smoking. There are some people that are smokers, and for example, they can be talking to someone and they can actually take out a cigarette, a light, and start smoking. And if you ask them if they consciously remember taking that cigarette out, people will tell you no. Because it's just a habit. How many times have you driven in your car and had a conversation with your passenger and the parts of the journey that you cannot remember? We've all done that on many occasions simply because you're focusing on autopilot. Driving is now a habit. So going back to beliefs, the way we create a new belief system is by making it a habit to formulate that new belief and going over it, verbalizing it to yourself every single day, multiple times during the day. And then before you know it, your mind will start thinking about that new belief, and that new belief will become habitual. But whose responsibility is that, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you absolutely believe and you're going to own that that's your responsibility. No one else can make you feel good. And let's be fair. There are many people that talk about, yeah, but I need to be motivated. No one else can motivate you. Yes, people can create a motivational environment for you, but no one can motivate you to take action. That is your responsibility, wholly and solely. And once again, this is all done by understanding how to control your unconscious mind. A lot of your behaviors are done without you even thinking about. So in order to change things, you have to instill new behaviors and new patterns at an unconscious level. But remember, Your unconscious mind doesn't understand no. It only understands the thought process. It only understands the subject matter, which is why you have to think about what you want. This is why it's so critically important to have a morning routine. Who now, give me a thumbs up, has got a standard morning routine that makes them feel good at the beginning of the day? Give me a thumbs up. Let's be honest. Give me some yeses in the chat box. Brilliant. Brilliant. Those of you that are adopting a good morning pattern, a good morning routine, 1 every 3 days, Manuel. I know you're very focused. I know you're very motivated, but surely you can do better than that, my friend. You know, in order to feel incredible, you have to start your day in the right way. You have to take responsibility. You have to own the beginning of your day. The first hour of my day is the most important hour of my day. Yes, that is right, Phil. The key is maintaining that throughout the day. The way you maintain your energy is by celebrating your small victories. I tell people this all the time. If you have things that you have to, okay, let me help you understand this. The way you celebrate your small victories is by planning your day. If you have a plan for the things that you want to achieve on a daily basis and you prioritize them, what happens then is as you go through your list of things that you need to get done, when you get it done, no matter how small it is, celebrate that victory. Why do you think people say it's so important to make your bed at the beginning of the day? That gives you a positive start. You've done something great already. Organize your mind, organize your surroundings. Have a list of the things you need to do, but ensure that you prioritize them. And guess what? Put the toughest things at the beginning of the list. Put the things that you do not really want to do, put them first. Because when you put those first and you achieve those, how does that make you feel? Does that not in itself make you feel great? The rest of the day is plain sailing. The rest of the day is easy. But celebrate your small victories. That is how you'll maintain your energy, Phil. That is exactly how you'll maintain your energy throughout the day, by celebrating your small victories. And once again, what this is doing is tricking your unconscious mind. Because if you are consistently celebrating, do you think your unconscious mind will start seeing you as an achiever? Yes, of course it will, because you're always celebrating what you do. So if you consistently celebrate and your unconscious mind starts to see you as an achiever, do you think it's going to consciously start helping you achieve more greatness? It's on your side, my friends. Your unconscious mind will be one of two things. Either your greatest ally or your biggest adversary. And let's think about this honestly. If your unconscious mind is so powerful, it can run all of your body organs without skipping a beat. I know personally, I want that on my side. I want that kind of energy on my team. Who agrees with me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me some yes in the chat box if that is something you want on your team. There you go. Because you know what, guys? You absolutely want that kind of energy behind you. You want that kind of energy backing you. Because you know what? When you've got those kind of incredible energies on your side, that makes your team strong. That makes your team an army. And I know for certain I want that kind of army backing me. Who's in agreement? Who believes that that's the kind of army that they want? Guys, let's take control of our unconscious mind. Stop thinking about what you don't want. Think about what you do want. These are some key tips for you. Think about what you do want. We do live our lives completely ignorant to our power, Phil. But guess what? This is what's called the awakening. Why do you think the 2% of society that own 98% of the wealth keep getting richer and the gap just keeps growing? Because they focus only on what they want. When they see something they consider already done, when they have a goal, when they have an aspiration that they want to achieve, they don't question, they don't doubt themselves. I don't know if any of you guys are boxing fans, but I'm going to give you one of the greatest boxers to ever live, and he's still living. Floyd Mayweather. He's recently retired at 50-0. 50 victories, spanning more than 2 decades, and never a loss. He talks about things that some people think they're good. He knows he's great. Karen Horn, that's Floyd Mayweather. Yep, Floyd Mayweather. He is, I believe, the highest paid sports person ever. 50 victories, no losses. Some people believe they're good. He knows he's great. The attitude he has is that, you know what? When he went into a fight, he couldn't be beaten. He calls himself TBE, standing for the best ever. Some people think he's arrogant. It's not arrogance. It is that level of belief that he is truly magnificent. Guys, I've just looked at time. We are 26 minutes past and I've got a call in 4 minutes. Guys, this happens to me every day. I enjoy providing for you. Guys, give me a thumbs up for those that have found some value today. Give me a thumbs up for those that have got some good information. Give me some yes in the chat box if, you know what, this has resonated and this all makes sense. Guys, I want you to understand that all can and will be achieved one step at a time. I am committed to you. How committed are you to yourselves? Because this is the final statement I want to leave you with. If you are committed to yourselves, guess what, guys? I'm going to be here on this same bad channel again tomorrow. Guys, have an incredible day. Make today count. Go out and win and take one step in the direction of your goal. Whatever you do, do something small in the direction of your goal. Don't procrastinate. Make today count. Have an incredible one, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Thank you again for being here. Speak soon. Bye-bye.